Whenever high blood lipids are mentioned, what should be done? What should you eat that's good for it? The first reaction of many people is probably quickly eat more apples. After all, the saying "an apple a day keeps the doctor away" is deeply ingrained in everyone's mind, but you might never have guessed that in the list of the most powerful lipid-lowering foods compiled by reputable nutrition experts, apples don't even make it into the top 10. Even the king of vitamin C, the kiwi, is humbly ranked at number 5. So what foods are actually powerful enough to occupy the top 10 in the ranking of the strongest lipid-lowering foods? And what will be the true king, the number 1 spot? Actually, the champion not only has outstanding effectiveness, but is also extremely affordable. Who knows, maybe right now it's sitting quietly in your kitchen? Before getting into the main topic, if you truly care about your own health and your family's, please click the subscribe button below and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss out on more useful health knowledge in the future. Here, we only share health truths that the mainstream media very rarely tells you directly. If you like the content we share, please leave a comment. That is the warmest support for us to continue creating. Alright, let's get back to today's topic. The top 10 lipid-lowering foods. What are they exactly? Before officially announcing the ranking, we must spend a few minutes to clarify a core issue. Our enemy, high blood lipids, what is it exactly? How has it been silently causing trouble in our bodies? What are blood lipids? To put it in the simplest terms, it's the fat circulating in your blood. It mainly includes 2 members, cholesterol and triglycerides. Within the cholesterol family, it's divided into good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. Bad cholesterol, scientific name, low-density lipoprotein, LDL. You can imagine it like a group of undisciplined trash collectors who especially like to discard oily trash, haphazardly sticking it onto the walls of our blood vessels. Good cholesterol, scientific name, high-density lipoprotein, HDL, is like diligent street cleaners. Their main job is to clean up this discarded trash and transport it back to the liver for processing. What about triglycerides? You can understand it as the most direct amount of oil in the blood. If there's too much of it, the blood will become thick and sticky, making it difficult to circulate. Therefore, when the amount of bad cholesterol or triglycerides in the blood is too high, exceeding the normal range, we call that condition high blood lipids. So why does it get high? We can imagine all the blood vessels in the body are like the clean water pipe system in your house. Blood is the water flow. If every day you pour a large amount of oil, grease, sweets, and fatty foods into this pipe system through eating and drinking, over time, these grease stains will slowly stick to the inner walls of the pipes, forming a layer of yellow, thick, and hard grease residue. This layer of residue is what medicine calls atherosclerotic plaque. It will make the inside of your blood vessels narrower and narrower, harder and more brittle. Once these plaques, for some reason, rupture and break off, forming a blood clot and completely blocking the blood vessel, the consequences will be dire. If it blocks a heart blood vessel, that's a myocardial infarction. If it blocks a brain blood vessel, that's a stroke. These are all serious consequences that can cause death in a short time. And the scariest thing about high blood lipids is that it is a silent killer. In the early and middle stages, it causes almost no clear symptoms that you can feel. Just like a water pipe, even if it's half clogged, when you turn on the tap for daily use, you might not feel the water flow weakening at all. But by the day, it's completely blocked and not a single drop of water can flow out. It's already too late. Therefore, Before we officially learn how to lower blood lipids, we must get rid of a few harmful, widely spread misunderstandings. Misunderstanding 1. Only overweight and middle-aged, elderly people get high blood lipids. This is a complete lie. The enemy called high blood lipids never chooses age, nor does it look at body shape. A young person with a thin body, but who has milk tea sweets and fried chicken every day, the level of grease in that person's blood vessels could very well exceed that of an older person who eats a simple diet and exercises persistently. So don't ever think that just because you're young, your weight is normal, you can rest easy. Misunderstanding 2. As long as I don't eat meat, don't touch oil and fat, my blood lipids will definitely be fine. This thinking is very extreme and even harmful to health. Our bodies, especially our brains and cells, all need good fats as raw material and lubricant to function. Normally, completely rejecting fat is not advisable. More importantly, many people don't know that the culprit causing high blood lipids is not just the visible fatty meats and fried foods. The large amounts of white rice, refined flour, and various sugars we eat daily, especially the fructose in sugary drinks, will also be very efficiently converted into triglycerides in the liver, raising blood lipids. Therefore, even if you are a vegetarian, if you eat too many sweets and refined starches, your blood lipids will still exceed the limit. Misunderstanding 3. My body doesn't feel any discomfort, so I don't need to care about blood lipids. This is the most dangerous and subjective way of thinking. I want to emphasize again, high blood lipids are a silent killer. Its characteristic is that it doesn't cause pain. It doesn't cause itching. It silently destroys your blood vessel health year after year. By the time you actually feel chest tightness, dizziness, these uncomfortable symptoms, it often means complications have appeared. The level of blockage is very serious. Therefore, for adults, regular health checkups are the only reconnaissance plane that helps us grasp the enemy's situation and provides early warning. Alright, after understanding these basic concepts, let's look at how lifestyle affects blood lipids. It can be said that your living habits directly determine the trend of your blood lipids. Diet is the #1 factor affecting blood lipids. Consuming large amounts of saturated fats and trans fats found in fatty meats, butter, cream, pastries, and various fried foods will make your bad cholesterol shoot up like a rocket. Conversely, unsaturated fatty acids found in fish oil, olive oil, and nuts help lower bad cholesterol. And foods rich in fiber like whole grains, vegetables, and legumes are like a small brush in the intestines, helping us reduce fat absorption and sweep excess cholesterol out. Regular exercise is a natural blood lipid regulator. Physical activity, especially aerobic sports like brisk walking, jogging, and swimming, can reduce triglycerides and increase good cholesterol levels very effectively. You can imagine exercise as turning on a powerful flushing mode for your blood vessel pathways, helping blood circulate more smoothly, preventing grease residue from building up. Additionally, smoking will directly damage the endothelial lining of blood vessels, accelerating the process of atherosclerosis. Excessive alcohol consumption will significantly increase triglycerides. Therefore, watch what you eat, be active, quit smoking, limit alcohol, maintain a happy spirit, and get enough sleep. Do this combo well, and the blood lipid problem is already halfway solved. Of course, among all these methods, adjusting your diet is the main act in this battle. So which foods are the most elite troops to effectively help US fight high blood lipids? Next, we will officially enter the most anticipated and important part, the ranking of the 10 fastest lipid-lowering foods. Number 10. Green tea. Many people have the habit of drinking a cup of tea after a meal to cut the grease. This is not just a psychological effect. It actually has a scientific basis. The core fighting power in tea leaves is a substance called polyphenols, especially the catechins within. It is a powerful antioxidant, nicknamed the blood vessel cleaner. Many studies show that persistently drinking green tea long-term helps reduce total bad cholesterol levels in the blood while also slightly increasing good cholesterol levels. It's like a daily patrol team. While it can't immediately wash away the hearty meat and fish dishes you just ate, it can effectively prevent these fats from settling down on the blood vessel walls, playing a long-term maintenance and prevention role. How to use it most effectively? You should drink it between meals or 1 hour after a meal. 2 to 3 cups a week. Green tea per day is a very good choice. The important thing is to absolutely not add sugar, otherwise the harm will outweigh the good. At the same time, you should also avoid drinking strong tea on an empty stomach or before bed, so as not to irritate the stomach or affect sleep. Remember, the lipid-lowering effect of drinking tea is a gradual process. The key is to be persistent. Turn it into a healthy lifestyle habit, and the effects will gradually show. Number 9. Garlic. Garlic is not just a star spice in the kitchen, but also a formidable general in lowering blood lipids. Its unique weapon is a sulfur-containing compound called allicin. The effect of allicin is very direct. It can inhibit the activity of an important enzyme in the liver, thereby reducing the liver's cholesterol synthesis process, equivalent to pressing the slow motion button for the cholesterol production line. In addition, garlic also helps reduce blood viscosity, preventing excessive platelet aggregation, which is very helpful in preventing the formation of blood clots. How to use it most effectively? Allicin is most active in raw garlic and needs to be cut or crushed and left exposed to the air for 10 to 15 minutes to be fully generated. Therefore, eating it raw after crushing is most effective. If you can't stand the pungent, spicy taste and strong smell, it finally to use in salads or make garlic chili dipping sauce. When stir-frying daily, adding a lot of minced garlic is also helpful. It's just that high heat will destroy some of the active ingredients, but something is better than nothing. Persistently eat 1 to 2 cloves every day, and your blood vessels will feel its power. Eggplant is an often underestimated lipid-lowering expert on the dining table. It is very rich in fiber and pectin. When these substances enter the intestinal tract, they are like a plant-based sponge with extremely strong water-absorbing capabilities, able to strongly absorb cholesterol and fat in the intestines, preventing them from being absorbed by the body and finally wrapping them up, excreting them from the body via feces. Okra has a similar function. Its characteristic sticky substance is very rich in pectin and polysaccharides, also an inescapable trap for cholesterol. How to use it most effectively? The cooking method is extremely important. This point must be remembered, because eggplant itself absorbs a lot of oil. If you fry it or braise it with a lot of oil and fat, that sponge will drink its fill of oil first, turning into an oil container. On the contrary, it will make you eat more fat, doing more harm than good. The best method is to choose cooking methods with less oil, for example, steaming, grilling, or making salad. The classic dish, steamed eggplant with scallion oil, is a typical example of being both delicious and healthy. Olive oil. Known as liquid gold, olive oil is the core of the famous Mediterranean diet, and also one of the secret weapons helping the people there have a healthy heart. Unlike animal fats rich in saturated fats that we often use, like lard and butter, olive oil is rich in monounsaturated fatty acids. This superior type of fat has been proven to be able to lower bad cholesterol precisely, while increasing good cholesterol levels. It's like lubricant and maintenance oil for blood vessels, both nourishing your body and helping you maintain a healthy balance for your blood lipids. How to use it most effectively? The simplest way is to use it to replace your daily cooking oil. It's especially suitable for mixing salads, as this preserves the maximum nutritional value. When buying, try to choose cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil. Its nutrition is the richest. Use it to mix salads, drizzle a little on cooked pasta, or use it to stir-fry at low heat. All are very healthy choices. Of course, no matter how good the oil is, it's still oil, so you must control the amount. Many people see the creamy avocado and assume that eating it will cause weight gain, but the reality is the complete opposite. The fat in avocado is, just like olive oil, mainly unsaturated fatty acids. Considered royalty in the world of fats, it is a typical representative of the use fat to fight fat strategy, meaning using high-quality plant-based fats to drive out and replace bad animal fats in the blood. A study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that after a period of persistently eating one avocado per day, the bad cholesterol levels of the participants could decrease significantly. How to use it most effectively? Avocado has a smooth texture and mild taste, making it easy to combine. You can slice it to put in a whole wheat sandwich or mash it to replace mayonnaise and butter. You can also blend it with fresh milk or yogurt to make a smoothie. But it should be noted the calorie count of an avocado is not low. A medium-sized one contains about 200 calories. Therefore, half to one avocado per day is enough. Eating too much, no matter how good the fat is, can still turn into excess fat on your waistline. Number 5. Kiwi. This little fuzzy friend is the lipid-lowering star in the fruit world. Its advantage is twofold. First, it contains an extremely rich amount of vitamin C, far exceeding oranges. This abundant amount of vitamin C helps reduce the oxidation of cholesterol, protecting the elasticity and health of blood vessels. Second, its fiber and pectin content is also very high, helping to reduce the intestines' absorption of fat. A study showed that patients with high blood lipids who ate 2 kiwis per day, after 8 weeks, their good cholesterol increased significantly, while their triglyceride levels decreased, improving their blood lipid ratio. How to use it most effectively? The simplest way is to cut it in half and use a spoon to scoop it out, which is both fresh and convenient. If you find the green-fleshed variety a bit sour, you can choose the golden kiwi, which has a higher sweetness. Cutting it into pieces to add to yogurt or make a fruit salad is also a good choice. However, because kiwi has a cold nature, a weak spleen or stomach should avoid eating a lot on an empty stomach. 1 to 2 fruits per day is enough to provide the necessary nutrition for lowering blood lipids. Number 4. Nuts. Walnuts, almonds, cashews, pistachios. These nuts we often eat are beneficial for the heart and blood vessels no less than their reputation for boosting brain power. They are rich in unsaturated fatty acids, plant sterols, which can block the absorption of cholesterol, along with fiber, vitamin E, and many other heart-healthy ingredients. Many large-scale meta-analysis studies have confirmed that eating a small handful of nuts every day can effectively reduce bad cholesterol levels by about 7%. Don't be fooled by the high oil content of nuts. Most of it is good fat that is beneficial for the heart. How to use it most effectively? 1 small handful per day, about 25 to 30 grams, can provide a very good protective effect. This amount is equivalent to the amount of nuts you can hold in your palm. It can be used as a snack between main meals or sprinkled on yogurt or oatmeal. The important thing is to choose plain, unflavored nuts, without added salt and sugar to avoid taking in unnecessary sodium and calories. Combining different types of nuts like walnuts, almonds, and pistachios will provide more comprehensive nutrition, and better results. Number 3. Legumes and soy products. Eat beans for good health. This saying is vividly demonstrated in the field of lowering blood lipids. Red beans, green beans, black beans, lentils, all types of beans are very rich in a substance called soluble fiber, which is that cholesterol-absorbing sponge. They are also rich in high-quality plant protein and contain almost no cholesterol. Special mention must be made of soybeans and their products like tofu. Soy milk, soy protein itself, has been recognized by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, as having the potential to reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. Using tofu to replace a portion of braised meat, get both nutrition and reduce bad fats. It truly kills two birds with one stone. How to use it most effectively? You should include legumes or soy products in your daily diet. Drink a glass of unsweetened soy milk for breakfast, or use tofu to prepare dishes for lunch or dinner. Or adding a handful of mixed beans when cooking rice are all very good habits. When you crave a snack, roasted soybeans are also 100 times healthier than potato chips or cookies. Some people experience gas when eating beans. This is a normal phenomenon. You can overcome this by soaking the beans thoroughly before cooking them very soft, and starting with small amounts to let your digestive system gradually adapt. Number 2. Deep sea fish, salmon, sardines, tuna, mackerel. Deep sea fish hold a very high status in the world of nutrition. The polyunsaturated fatty acid, omega-3, which they contain in abundance, is the ace weapon for reducing triglyceride levels. It can significantly reduce blood viscosity, making the blood less likely to clot. And at the same time, it can also slightly reduce bad cholesterol and increase good cholesterol. You can imagine omega-3 as a specialized cleanup fleet, specifically responsible for scooping up excess oily waste in the blood and maintaining order for the blood vessels. How to use it most effectively? Reputable organizations like the American Heart Association often recommend eating fish rich in omega-3 at least 2 to 3 times per week. Each time, eat a portion about the size of your palm. As for cooking methods, steaming, braising, or grilling are all better retaining the beneficial fats. For those who don't find it convenient to eat fish, you can consider using fish oil capsules as a supplement, but the most natural is still always absorption through eating fish directly. Number 1. Oats. Finally, it's time to announce the highly anticipated champion. That's right, the true champion is oats, which we hinted at in the beginning. Oats can stand firmly in the number 1 spot, thanks to the core weapon inside it, a type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. When this fiber meets water in our intestinal tract, it will form a very thick and sticky gel-like substance, like an invisible brush. Or in other words, a super sticky gel pad that can absorb and sweep away cholesterol, bile acids powerfully, finally, wrapping them up and carrying them out of the body. Its mechanism of action is very direct and effective, and has been verified by many scientific experiments. Consuming more than 3 grams of beta-glucan daily, equivalent to 1 bowl of thick oatmeal, persistently for a few weeks, can show a clear reduction in bad cholesterol levels. The reduction can reach 5% to 10%. How to use it most effectively? Eating a bowl of oatmeal for breakfast every day is the best and most classic choice. But there is a key point here. Try to choose whole grain oats that need cooking, or traditional rolled oats. Their fiber content and lipid lowering effect far exceed the instant oats that have been heavily processed. You can add fruits and nuts to enhance the flavor, but you must be wary of oatmeal porridges or oat cookies on the market that have a lot of sugar, creamer, and flavorings added. They are not only useless, but can actually increase your blood lipid burden due to their high sugar and fat content. All right. The top 10 lipid-lowering foods have been announced. Now let's return to the question at the beginning. Why aren't apples in the ranking? It's not to say that apples aren't good. Apples are also rich in pectin and fiber, which are also helpful in lowering cholesterol. It's just that compared to the champions on our list like oats and legumes based on the same unit of weight, the amount and type of soluble fiber that apples can provide are still somewhat inferior. But that doesn't stop you from continuing to eat an apple every day. It is still a very healthy fruit. Just don't expect to rely solely on it to lower your blood lipids to a normal level. It is often said that illness enters through the mouth. Actually, health also enters through the mouth. Managing your mouth well is also guarding the first great gate to our health. When you start to consciously make the lipid-lowering foods on today's list a part of your daily meals, enjoying delicious food while silently improving your body's indicators, you will be surprised to find that maintaining ideal blood lipid levels is really not that difficult. Let's start today using these delicious foods as weapons to defeat the silent enemy called high blood lipids. Let our blood vessels be like a clean, clear highway without obstacles taking us towards healthier and more vibrant future. If you feel this video is truly useful, please don't hesitate to hit the like button to support us, and please share it with the elderly people you care about and love. If you want to continue receiving more useful health advice that is scientifically based and can truly change your life, be sure to subscribe to our channel. We also welcome you to share your views in the comments section. See you in the next video.